when it comes to like language issues, right? Yeah, I think it takes time to keep up. Yeah, I'm still beginner. I'm still, taking courses of Bahasa Indonesia. But actually, when working in Mekari, working with like Mekarians, like many of them are comfortable in English, speaking in English, and we can just do the business conversation in English. That helped me a lot,
The traffic and transportation is not that great compared to Japan.
Sure.
But I come from India.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
We are actually living in the same apartment complex.
That's an interesting note. Yeah. We live in the same apartment complex. Different towers, but yeah.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Dear Mekari podcast. I'm Harutoshi. You can call me Haru. I'm handling corporate finance and corporate development at Mekari. And with me here.
Hey, hi. This is Gautam, your co-host for today's session or podcast related to expats life in Indonesia, right, at Mekari specifically. And I am the VP of Quality Engineering at Mekari, and let's see how it goes with Haru and myself.
Yeah. So maybe can you speak a little bit of what you do in Mekari, like what is QA and what's your daily jobs? Yeah.
QA. This one's an interesting question. So I basically was hired to kind of lead QA, right? So QA is a technology team in Indonesia, in Mekari, right? And we actually test and release most of the products that Mekari does, builds, so that it goes out in a high quality kind of a state, and the customers are kind of pretty much delighted, right? So we do a lot of things, not just manual testing, but a lot of things on top of it, like automation testing, performance testing, a little bit of mixed back end plus front end testing, right? And of course, overall, we try to assure quality at every stage of software development lifecycle. And I try to manage these technologies, processes, and methodologies to help product and development teams to deliver high quality products to production.
Yeah. In your team, do you have any other expats besides you?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Most of my team members are all Indonesians.
Okay.
And most of them stay here. So yeah, I am the only expat who leads this team and staying here.
Okay. Maybe tell me like what brought you to Indonesia and especially Mekari. Like I think you're from India, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I think I'm very interested in hearing your story. Yeah.
Right. So this goes back to a few years, right? So I'm not very new to Indonesia. I came to Indonesia back in 2016 to work for a company called Tokopedia. What brings me here is basically at that time when Sequoia was investing in Indonesia, one of my mentors or contact in Sequoia, he kind of showed me the picture of Bali. And he said, this is where the new investments are happening, the new startups are coming.
Yeah.
Would you be interested?
Okay. In Bali, not Jakarta.
Not Jakarta,
okay.
Bali, okay. Right? Then I said, okay, this looks very, very interesting. And I've heard of Bali before, right? And instead of moving to West, usually people move to West. So I thought, okay, let's try this out, right? And in a way, that's how it happened. And I moved to Jakarta in 2016. And Mekari happened in between after the pandemic. And I went back to India during the pandemic time. And after I kind of got associated with Mekari, I'm now back in Indonesia, living in Jakarta with my family.
Okay. So in total, like you how long have you been living in Indonesia basically? Like
so in and out, technically probably around 6 years now.
6 years now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And now you live here with your family, right?
Right.
Yeah. How's your life?
So far, it's been exciting. Definitely exciting. But probably I want to pose the same question to you, Haru.
Okay.
So what brings you here to Indonesia?
Yes. So yeah, I'm originally from Japan, and I moved to Indonesia in 2022. So it's been like almost 2 years now. Yeah. So but I knew Mekari and also the management teams. I think 5 years ago. So I was actually working for a tech company based in Tokyo, which has a strategic partnership with Mekari. So I knew Mekari, I knew the teams, and I know the company is growing very fast. So before I moved to Jakarta, I had a chat with Anthony, the CEO, co-founder of Mekari. And I asked him, is there any opportunities? Is there any positions maybe that I can contribute to? And he said, okay, maybe now there is a finance position that maybe you can work with. So that's the first encounter, with Mekari. And it's very different, right? If you compare Japan and Indonesia. But so far, I'm enjoying working in Indonesia and Mekari. Yeah,
that's a very unique, introduction and movement to Indonesia from Japan, right?
Yes.
Investor company moving to an invested company after you spoke to Anthony.
Yes,
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
You've been here for 2 years. I've been here for 6 years. But any challenges that you faced moving into here and trying to live and work?
Yeah, I think one biggest challenge is lack of public transportation. I think Japan is where there are so many lines of trains, subways, buses. So basically, when people commute or going to school, they take public transport, like bus or trains. But here, sometimes it's difficult. Yeah, that is why services like Gojek, Grab are advanced in Indonesia. But if I take taxi or car every day, there's no time to do the exercise, right? Like walking,
Right,
that's kind of hard for me. So I started going to gym regularly since I moved to Jakarta. Before that, in Japan, I didn't go to gym. But yeah, I changed my habit to try to overcome the challenges.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? Right?
Nice.
What's the challenges? Basically, we are actually living in the same apartment complex.
Yeah, that's an interesting note. Yeah, we live in the same apartment complex, different towers, but yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's true. Haru, the traffic and transportation is not that great compared to Japan.
Sure.
But I come from India.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So my story is different, a bit different.
Yes.
I find traffic really, really hard here because people love cars,
Yeah.
So I don't see school buses.
Okay.
I see a lot of cars, right? Big cars, and sometimes you see a huge car with just one person driving.
Yes.
Right. That complicates the traffic system right here. Right? But the one good thing about Jakarta is that there is a car-free day that happens on probably Sunday morning, right?
Yeah.
So people just jog.
Jalan Sudirman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So people just jog, take their cycles out or run, right? So that's something that's cool about Jakarta, and that huge space where there's always traffic is kind of free, right? But for me, I think a similar kind of challenges. Probably the unique challenge was about language when I came in. So language was difficult, and I couldn't understand few things, and it was difficult to converse and get along, right? But luckily I had to take a fundamental exam and learn the language. So that helps. The other thing which is unique probably here is a bit of a culture shock for me was food.
Okay. Food.
Very specific food, which is KFC.
KFC?
KFC is not Indonesian, by the way.
Yeah.
But when we ordered KFC, we got a rice pack, a bowl of rice delivered with that, right? So something I never expected, because KFC is meant to be just chicken. That's what we knew back in India, right? So chicken plus rice, that's a bonus. So, and it's a rice eating country. I mean, people here love rice, and there are different forms of rice. So
Yes.
that's another unique, kind of a culture shock that I had. Now I'm used to it. I love food.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, the usual stuff in terms of challenges, traffic, no more language problem. No, I think so. But yeah, otherwise, not many complaints. Right?
Yeah, I think when it comes to like language issues, right? Yeah, I think it takes time to keep up. Yeah, I'm still beginner. I'm still, taking courses of Bahasa Indonesia. But actually, when working in Mekari, working with like Mekarians, like many of them are comfortable in English, speaking in English, and we can just do the business conversation in English. That helped me a lot,
Right.
Otherwise, it's very hard to, really, adapt to the new company and new country, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's something very good at Mekari. Most of the employees are actually ready to learn, even if they can't speak. And that has helped us a lot, right? At the same time, we have learned some Bahasa as well, so which helps each other.
Yeah.
Sedikit bisa ya?
Yeah.
Berbicara Bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah, masih sedikit aja.
Cool.
Okay.
Any food that you like?
My favorite food in Indonesia. Oh, it's kind of tough to pick one. Actually, I have several stuff in my mind. But maybe if I choose one, nasi goreng kambing.
Wow.
I love rice. I love fried rice, and especially with the kambing, the goat meat. Right.
Nice.
Yeah. There's a one store, pretty near, close from my apartment, our apartment complex. It's called Upjai. It's very good. Yeah.
I should probably go there.
Yeah, I need to take you there. Yeah.
Nice.
What about you? What's your favorite food in Indonesia?
Yeah, man. Similar. I mean, lots of very good choices, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think one that really struck me, and I don't compromise on that, is satay. Ayam satay.
Okay.
So I don't eat red meat, but I do eat chicken. So satay is something that I like.
Okay.
Soto ayam. Of course, nasi goreng in the warungs is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So plenty of options. Padang is another one which is very delicious, probably close to the Indian food that I taste.
Yes,
right?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, of course, I love nasi padang, soto ayam, soto betawi. Yeah.
Nice.
Sate kambing, like anything. Yeah, I love everything.
Great.
Okay, so I think we spoke about challenges, in living in Indonesia, but maybe I want to also speak about the positive side of Indonesian cultures. And to me, it's a diversity. So I think Indonesia has diversity in terms of like religions, ethnicities, and also languages. Even though we have Bahasa Indonesia, like each region, they have their own languages, right? So I think that makes me easier to, for as a foreigner, to, dive into the, Indonesia and Mekari, working with people. I think they're very open, and they know, like, they're very used to this diversity, culture. So I think that's what I want to share, and maybe I want to get your thoughts on that as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you on the diversity, and it's a very diverse city as well as country. I second that. But from my experience, right, the other things which are really cool here, it's a mall culture that runs in Indonesia, right?
Shopping malls.
Yes, shopping malls. Every second kilometer, I mean, every 2 kilometers, you'll find a good mall, right?
Yes.
And the malls are probably something where people go out and spend the entire day.
Yes.
Right. And the mall is very comprehensive, right? So it caters to children's needs, it caters to elders' needs. There are prayer rooms everywhere, right? So you can do shopping, you can do food, you can have fun, you can probably go and watch some movies and still pray and be relaxed about your entire day, right?
Yes.
So that's something that's very cool about Jakarta. And some of the restaurants, some of the nightlife is very, very vibrant.
Yes.
And people are pretty cool about that, right? So you don't see people stressed out. And when I kind of entered in this country, I was greeted with a lot of smile. I mean, everywhere I go, people smile and then talk.
Yes.
Initially, the language barrier was there, but now I understand a lot of stuff. So I sometimes converse with them while in a Grab or a Gojek or a taxi.
Yeah.
Or when I go to some retail store, I can actually bargain, right?
Yes. Okay.
So it's a very healthy and inclusive kind of a culture, especially for expats like us. And I really like living and exploring this part of the world.
Okay. Yeah, I totally agree. Where's your go-to shopping mall? What's your favorite mall in Jakarta?
Considering traffic, whichever is near to my apartment, right?
Okay.
I really love Gandaria city.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. The crowd is vibrant. You got every different like a restaurant or everything is there, which we like.
Yeah.
But the nearest one to my apartment is Kemang,
Yes.
Lipo Mall Kemang in Kemang village. But I think most of the Indonesians really like Central Park.
Central Park?
Yeah, I've been there. It's very cool.
Yes.
And Pacific Place, which is a very high-end mall, and you'll find some amazingly dressed people. Want to see the high culture there? You can actually go and see the rich and high culture there, right?
Yeah.
If you have time, just go visit these malls.
Yeah. So as a Japanese person, like there are so many options for Japanese restaurants in Jakarta. I was so surprised. So I never get tired of like food. Like, there are so many options. Like there are Japanese, Western, Chinese, and of course Indonesians. So yeah, as a foodie person, I never get bored in living in Jakarta.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about team bonding, like team activities. You're manager of the team, and how do you activate the relationship, like building trust with team members? Like any initiatives or any ideas for me? Yeah, I actually need one.
Great question, Haru. Now I should be very careful to answer this, right?
Yeah.
One of the unique things about us or me or you here is that we are in a position where we are supposed to lead the local team, right? And it's very, very important to bring the team and make the team coherent, right? And build that trust, right? So one thing that I found over the years and which always actually brings the team closer is taking them out every now and then.
Okay.
Like meeting them, asking them to come to a nearby place or come to office and take them out. Maybe it's a coffee place or it's a dinner place, right? So that basically breaks the ice and they open up and it gives them a lot more confidence to approach you or me, right? I mean, I've heard many times that and even in the recent past that, hey, he's a VP, it's very difficult to go and approach him. So that should go off. I mean, we should not have those barriers. And one of the easiest ways is by actually meeting them personally, taking them out, even for a 15 minutes chat, right? So that helps. That has helped me. I have a bigger team. I have around 70-member team. So so it's very difficult for me to know all the people, given the hybrid kind of a work culture here. But that has worked, right? The other thing is probably, of course, the communication gaps that we'll have. So your documentation is very important. So written documentation helps a lot.
Okay.
And over communicating helps a lot. It's always ensuring that there's a set direction and everybody kind of gets into that direction and understands the direction really well, so that the execution happens pretty easily, right?
I see.
So hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share some experiences.
My idea for you is playing badminton together. Do you do this kind of like outdoor activities with teams?
So with Mekari, there has been just one outing. Unfortunately, I missed that.
Okay.
With the team. But back in before the COVID period, I think this was a regular kind of thing that used to happen across companies every 6 months or at least once every year, right? Where we arrange for outings to nearby places. We have a team budget and we go there. In my previous experiences, we had been to Coracle ride, rafting in Sukabumi, right? We had been to Bandung. I don't know the actual place, but we'd been to Bandung there and spent some time. And if you get very close, and if you have a lot more closer team members, I think you can do your custom outings, right? You can go to Bali anytime. That has happened in the past. From a team bonding stuff, you can have it arranged as part of your budget, and probably every 6 months, or twice or thrice in a year. But casually, anytime you meet, try to get to know them personally, right? The easiest way to know them personally is just take them out of the office kind of an atmosphere. And
absolutely. Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
And one of the things I like Mekari is we have like division gathering program, right? Every quarter we have a budget for doing activities with team members, right? One of the ideas that I'm planning is go camping together with the team, because one of the members, she likes hiking.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and Indonesia has a lot of mountains, right?
Absolutely.
So, I'm thinking like, Puncak or whenever. Yeah, but yeah.
You should do that.
Yes. And badminton, of course.
Badminton.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm the always weakest. So I play sometimes with the team members because I like sports. But yeah, I'm the weakest.
I don't want to talk about mine. I have a racket at home which is just lying there.
Maybe next time we can do the core, joint
team badminton.
Yes, badminton match. Yeah.
Sure. That is a great idea.
Okay, let's do that.
Cool.
Okay. So now it's time for food tasting.
Yeah. So the food is here.
Yeah, food is here.
It's a colorful plate. Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
I've seen them. I might not know the names.
Yeah.
But probably the green one is made of pandan, the leaf. But I think let's taste.
Okay, let's taste. How's it?
Pisang molen. Nice. It's crunchy. I think this is a good 7.5 out of 10 recommended snack of 4 in the evening.
Yeah, it's good. It's tasty, but I don't know what this is. Maybe I'm guessing it's cassava or potato. No.
Is there a filling inside?
Yeah. I think 6 out of 10. Yeah. Oh, it's banana. Oh, pisang.
Pisang chocolate.
All right. Okay. Maybe you can try this green stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. Wow, colorful. Yeah, there is something inside. I think it's coconut and a wrap. This is amazing. It's not too sweet, but it's really tastes good. If you want to taste. Itu apa ya? Dadar gulu, it's coconut. Yeah, coconut palm sugar and pandan wrap. Very good. I think it's amazing. It's probably 8 out of 10. Yeah, amazing. 8 out of 10. Dadar gulu, 8 out of 10. You should try.
For me, it's 9 out of 10.
You got a sweet tooth. Awesome.
I love coconut, and yeah, this is not too sweet. It's a good level of the sweetness.
Right.
I love it. Yeah. The texture is also good. It's a bit chewy.
Yeah. I always ask for telur dadar when I ask for nasi goreng. This is Indonesian way of eating chili. Fried stuff and then chili.
Not for me.
How do you like it, Haru?
It's good. It's not something sweet. How to say, right? It's a bit similar to Indian food, samosa.
Oh,
yeah. It's like
interesting.
Potato and is it called samosa here as well? No, it's different, right? Yeah, but I don't know how it's called in here, but it's good. And I think it doesn't have beef. I think
I should be brave enough to try this. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me take a very small with the benefit of doubt. Yeah, so
Just try.
it's a savory, probably similar to samosa, but I don't know the name. I think it's got tempeh inside.
I think this is vegetable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rate this like 6 out of 10. Yeah, I like it.
So I think I rate it as 7. It's a savory. The sweets are complementing this, so 7.
Yeah. Okay, so we are coming to the end of the podcast. So any last words to the future expats?
Yeah, and it's probably customary to share some of the tips.
Yeah.
Staying here for last 6 years, I think probably some tips would help. First thing, working at Mekari has been really, really cool, right? So thanks for Mekari to kind of make me feel at home, feel at ease, so that I can just perform the best every single day. But for my fellow buddies or any expats who are thinking to kind of move here to Indonesia, if you have this thought, and if you are in the IT industry or any industry that is booming, Southeast Asia is the region and Indonesia is the region where things are happening, right? So if you have that thought, please move. Don't have second thoughts. The country has grown over the last 6 to 7 years that I've been here. It has grown in a very positive direction. There's a lot of talent. So to work with people, talented people, I think it's going to be very easy. And with experiences that we carry, that's going to help a lot, right? Of course, there will be some sort of things that we need to prepare before moving here. One is, of course, that the language barrier would be there. It's not that everybody would speak English. So it's important to kind of be open and embrace the language barrier and try to learn the language after you come here or start preparing well in advance, right? And it's easy. I mean, the written language is not a different script, so it's still English. So to learn is probably easy. To speak, it will take some more time, but it's important that you make some progress on it. You might be surprised with the pollution and the traffic. As an expat, you might be not too much affected with that because you'll probably stay closer to your office or to the school of your children. And there is an improved public transportation at this moment. There is MRT, there's LRT, there are buses. So, and you're covered on that, right? So from a expat perspective, the traffic should not be a real concern. Pollution might be, but just stay indoors sometimes. And the government is doing a lot to kind of control that. Being a highly populated city, this is expected, right? Probably other tips: explore Indonesia. It's very, very diverse, right? The food is great if you like it, right? If you're a vegetarian, you have still a lot of options. I am not a vegetarian, but I'm a chickenitarian. so I can survive. But there are a lot of friends of mine who have moved from back in India who are purely vegetarians, and they really like it, right? They have a lot of options in terms of food. So it's a fun country. The people are very down to earth. They are pretty cool. You'll always be greeted with a smile on their faces. So that's something that you'll enjoy. Yeah, I think these are the most important things. Otherwise, in terms of work, in terms of talent, you don't have anything that you need to worry about. I think that should be it from my side. Maybe Haru, you wanna share some?
I think you covered a lot already. So there's not much from me, to be honest. But yeah, so I think Indonesia is a country with good hospitality. So I think just come. Like if you think of like moving to Indonesia, just come and try. There's people very kind, help you out. There's even a big community for expats.
Right.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of number of expats nowadays in Indonesia, including Indians, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, right? And also Europeans, right? Every time I talk to my expat friends, they're all happy, Right. Indonesia, like Indonesia, we have some diverse culture. So like there must be something that you can enjoy. Like if you are the foodie, there are a lot of restaurants. If you like sports, there are a lot of options. Beach person, there's a beautiful beach. If you're a mountain person, there's the good mountains, right? So yeah, I think anyone can enjoy this beautiful country. Yeah.
So this brings to an end of our podcast, which is called Dear Mekari. Thanks for listening to us. Hopefully we had something to share and which was useful to you. We enjoyed our conversations, me and Haru. We'll take back this and probably discuss back in the apartment when we meet casually. And we'll meet you again in the next podcast. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day.
See you soon.